Hello, and welcome back to Your Daily Five. My name is Greg Harmon. I'm the founder and president of Dragonfly Capital Management. I give advice to clients on how to manage their own investments through trades using technical analysis, as well as through my company, manage money for clients using mostly stocks and options. Today, I want to talk about the payments space because these are high on my radar. Something that many of you know, and some of you probably do not know, is that I'm also a professor at Case Western University. And at Case Western, I do teach classes you'd expect, like investments and money in banking. But I also teach a class in fintech. And fintech is ripe with things going on in the payment space. In fact, the payment space is the area where most of the money is flowing into fintech these days. That is now reflected into many of the companies that are in this payment space that have already gone through the process and are trading as publicly traded companies. So the stock is trading on the stock exchanges now. So there's 5 of them that I want to take a look at today. And for full disclosure, I have positions for myself and clients in all 5. The first one is Mastercard. And this chart of Mastercard really just shown since the fallback that began when the country started getting into the COVID lockdown phase. Characteristic of a lot of charts, you see a gap down at the end of February or somewhere in February, flowing down to a low in March. And that's characteristic of not just charts in the payment sector, but pretty much every sector. What we see here with Mastercard, though, is some chop as it rose back up, some consolidation through June and into July, and now back approaching all-time highs. This is the piece I want to focus on. This consolidation over the last 2 weeks, continuing on today. And just a touch here a week ago that closed that gap finally from February. Mastercard, obviously an old school payment space play, makes a ton of money by being a middleman, providing credit, takes a 2.5% fee every time that you use your MasterCard. The banks and the merchants all work that out. But here's one in that payment space, old school, getting ready through consolidation in a tightening band to break. And I'm going to expect that it's going to break to the upside given momentum measured by the MACD is positive. We're not getting it across here. And the RSI in the upper end of the range and in the bullish zone. Next one that's similar, you probably anticipated this one, Visa. Visa is a similar chart, still got that gap down, but it hasn't closed the gap yet. In fact, Visa has been in a sideways consolidation from mid-May. So we're talking about a 3-month consolidation. A little less promising on the momentum side than Mastercard is, but it still has that MACD in the positive territory and rising. And it's still got, despite being closer to the midline, the RSI showing bullish momentum as well. This last little move kind of mirrors what we've seen in Mastercard over the last 2 weeks up to the top end of the range. And obviously a break above here, above about 201.50 would trigger a buy position. I've been in this for a while via option spreads that allow me to move into a long position in September options if the August ones that I've sold short against it expire on Friday. So far you're saying fintech, well, that's racy new stuff, and MasterCard and Visa are not so new. Okay, so let's move a little bit further into the fintech space and time. Next one I want to talk about is PayPal. PayPal is the backbone for what I run my Dragonfly Capital business on. But you can see PayPal being more of a fintech, more of a technology-based and mobile-based brand than Mastercard or Visa, has a very different looking chart to it. It does have this February gap down. It does have a March low, but it's well above its February highs. And in fact, with the gap up that it took in May, it is now continued to run higher through a consolidation period in July, up to a top in early August. What makes it interesting for me right now is the possible reversal that's creating here through the bottom that happened about a week ago, and now the movement back to the upside. Momentum, where it's fading a bit, is still in the bullish zone and holding up. On the MACD, a little bit worse. We've got a cross down, but the MACD itself is still in positive territory. Square, in the same space, looks a little bit better than PayPal. Square running along with it's also got a small gap down in February and another gap here. March low, but has been moving up as well. Had that same consolidation period through July, up to a top in early August, and a much more defined potential reversal going on here. So the movement back above about 156 3/4 here would put us into a positive territory for a new trade if you were not already long Square for this whole run up. What do Square and PayPal have that Mastercard and Visa do not have? They've got the personal payment systems inside, right? PayPal with Venmo, Square with Cash App, both getting into that crypto space as well. So these are four that make a lot of sense in the payment space. But maybe still, pretty common and you're not thinking fintech. Well, here's one for you to round out the five. PagSeguro Digital, a Brazilian payments company that is breaking out. Has that same kind of look to it with a move down in February to a March low, a bounce back up. And then instead of the consolidation that you saw with Mastercard and Visa, more of a rounding up of the lows on the stock, to the point where it broke out yesterday. This is Tuesday's candlestick here, to new all-time highs and is continuing higher today. PagSeguro is the future of fintech in the payment space, outside of the US especially. So that's my daily five. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.